Hello Libra! Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan, illustrated by Mark Evans. At the bottom here, there's Llewellyn.com. I knew there was a reason I was looking at it. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you want to. Supportive Oracle Cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle Cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen Raish Baskin. On the back here are some websites, torihartman.com, watkinspublishing.co.uk, or watkinspublishing.com. Feel free to check out whatever you would like, just freeze frame. I think .com for Watkins Publishing is down here somewhere, if you wanted to see it. Okay, what do we have for Libra? Libra. Well, yes. Okay. Who? Okay. I don't think this is bad, but you got where you're standing right now, you are not happy, but I don't think this is bad. This is something's not going the way you really want is what I'm thinking. But it's not bad. You just may not agree just right now. I keep seeing there's like this person. This person is like this person is the reason. Don't get caught up in the genders. The King of Wands. This is a very dynamic, very fast-moving kind of like, this is what I want, so that's what happened. I think you were working on some stuff and you were trying to take care of stuff, or... Oh, the stress is there. I can't take this card yet. A card fell out while I was shuffling, and I want to see it, but it's not time is what I'm getting. Okay. You had plans. Things were going well. Things were supposed to work out a certain way. And then this person comes in and says, on that. And you're like, what? Yep, I sold it. You're like, what? What do you mean you sold it? Yep, I sold it. So it's kind of like whatever it was, it's gone. I don't know, like, that's an analogy, but like whatever it was is, nope. It's gone. It's not really funny, but it's kind of like, I had plans. I was working on something. This had a lot of potential. This was going to go really well. And now this person just, it's gone. It's just gone. It's kind of like I was saving up, and it's kind of like, okay, oh, I hate this. I hate this analogy. Do I really want, okay. It's kind of like if I have a joint account with somebody, and I'm saving up to make something happen, and they just wipe out the account. You're just like, what did you do? Oh, I bought this. It's great. See it? You're like, that's not what I wanted. Well, that's what we got, and there they go. And it's kind of like, that's the level of unhappy. For me, that would, I don't like the idea of sharing an account with anybody, but that's one of my fears. That's why. Because you know what you're doing with that account. If you're sharing it with somebody else, and then they just take a left turn on you and do something else with it, that's an unhappy moment, in my opinion. I don't like the idea of sharing an account, but that's just me. Everybody has their own opinions, and they're going to do what they need to do. This was in the past. You had put a lot of care and effort into this. So it's like if somebody wiped out that account, if we're going to use that analogy, you had been saving up for maybe a couple years, and you putting in a little here, a little there, a little extra money here, did a little extra work there, put that in there, got some money for your birthday, put that in there. You know, instead of going on that trip, you decided to cancel it, you put that money in there, that type of stuff. Instead of buying some little stuff you would like, you put that money in there. Maybe, like, probably over a year. So it's kind of like, I've been putting a lot of care, I've had a goal, I was on point for it. I don't know why I'm using money, but I guess, because I feel like it's more about people than money, but I feel like it just takes out some of the emotion. So, maybe that's helpful. There's more here. Can I use this now? What is it? Oh. They didn't forget what you wanted. They knew what you wanted. They're messing with you. Oh, I hate that. I'm not a fan of these type of surprises. I hate them. You know when you have somebody and they know what you want, and they make you... At first what they do is they try to make you think that failed and you can't have it. It's kind of like you want to go on this trip or something, and they're like, oh, you're not going to get the time off? All right, well, we canceled the trip. Never mind. And you're like, what? I was going to find some way to make it work. And then you find out, well, not only did we get the time off for you, but now it's going to be paid for actually as well. Like that's the surprise. It's all been paid for. It's already booked. Everything is ready. You don't have to do as much as you thought you had to. So like first they make you feel like it failed, and then they give you extra success. I hate those type of surprises, but I feel like, is that really what's going on here? Because I hate that when people mess with people like that. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't think that's cool. Because somebody else is balancing it out. Somebody else is making sure you get what you want. I feel like it's the same person. And they're messing with you. Take it with a grain of salt. I don't know. I mean, no. No, I don't like that. I don't like how that's playing out. I don't like... Because it's a surprise. Can we get a little bit more about this? Because, I mean, I guess. I mean, like, it's not like I have choice in it, right? I feel like I'm sitting in your shoes. Not like I have a choice in it. They did it. They did what they did. 10 of Pentacles and the Moon card. They secured what you wanted. They're just keeping it a secret from you. They're like, it's a happy surprise, they think. Meanwhile, you're going through these emotions where you think you lost what you wanted. Because you are upset about it. You're really upset when you think it failed, but they're still working towards what you want. They just, I don't know, I don't like that. Because it's bothering you, it's upsetting you, it's very upsetting. But all the action behind the scenes is being taken by somebody else. Somebody else is doing all the work for you, and they're making something work out. They're taking control of it, and they're making it advance in a way that you weren't expecting, but in a way that they're very confident that you're going to want. Then the truth comes in very rapidly. Somebody brings it in very rapidly, and you get the outcome you want. I feel like you're going to get a better outcome than you expected. I don't think it was necessary to do the grief thing. I just don't feel like they needed to do that to you. But you are getting a great outcome. I'm getting this as like a really high level of success. This is kind of feeling like a sun card to me. I know it says soulmate, but I don't know. I'm not really feeling that. I'm feeling more of like positive energy coming in, like recouping what I lost type energy. I'm also getting, the way this card looks, it's just kind of a lot of screwy energy that goes on around it to get what I really want. Take it with a grain of salt. It's clearly not what soulmate means, I know, but that's what I'm feeling from it. And there's cards over. See, I'm still like, you see the pictures on this? I'm more of a person that reads the pictures. You see, like, there's the face over to the side, the swirls all around it. There's confusion around this situation. There's the trying to see through the situation with that hand on top of the head with the third eye, trying to see through the situation, trying to see what actually worked out versus what I thought worked out. That's what I'm getting from this card, in case you're wondering where that whole thing is coming from. It's a very weird moment because you were very devastated when this happened. When they did that, you were very devastated. And then when it does come back in, and even though it's a much better outcome than you expected, than you originally hoped for, I'm having a hard time accepting it, because I'm like, why did you do that to me? Why did you make me feel that bad? Why did you devastate me and then give me what I want plus more? Like, it's kind of like making me think my house burnt to the ground, and then going, no, we didn't burn it to the ground. We gave you the addition you wanted, and we redid the paint on the outside, and we upgraded the garage. It's actually, much better than you were hoping for. We didn't actually burn it to the ground. Ha ha ha, you thought we burned it to the ground. Like, why would you do that to somebody? That's the analogy I'm getting. If it's off, it's off. Don't worry about it. For those of you that it's hitting with, I feel like I'm still bothered by, like, why did you have to mess with me like that? Like, I just think that's really sucky. I do. I see you moving on from it. I think this is the point of this reading, because I see you kind of like, all right. I just feel like I'm holding back what I'm really feeling. I feel like you're holding back what you're really feeling. But I'm like, I think this is time that you might want to look a little closer at the person who did this. Take it with a grain of salt. When I'm feeling this in this reading, I don't like how that happened. There's something really wrong with somebody who does that. To me, that's not okay. That is not okay. And I really feel like maybe you should start looking a little closer at that person and really start, like, what's triggering them? Why are they doing these things? Some people do that stuff and they do this dramatic thing, but like, is there like some type of like something going on mentally with them, or are they trying to distract you? Why are it's like this roller coaster? Like, I feel like it borders on abuse to me. I don't like it. I feel like it's really a bad thing, and I feel like if maybe I might even suggest, if you're not seeing a therapist, maybe you want to, and then talk about this situation, and then does this person have a history of doing these things to you? And what else do they do to you? Not for nothing. Maybe it's time to like kind of go with that. Get a therapist to talk it out with so you can have that objective point of view. Maybe there's something more wrong than right here. I know it works out really well and you're looking to let it go. I don't feel like you want to drag it on, kind of like, well, I mean, I still have my house and it's 10 times better than it was. And I do like having a house that's 10 times better, but I don't feel like you should have been emotionally traumatized to get there. So if this is hitting, I would highly recommend a therapist to talk this out with and just see what they think. Talk about this situation, how it played out. If other things have happened, talk those things out. They'll see if there's something that's really wrong here, they might help you see something maybe you don't want to see, just to be fair. Take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt. It's weird because it's kind of a good ending. Like, you got something 10 times better than what it originally was. The way it happened, though, this reminds me of like that saying, which I don't like. People go with that thing of the ends justify the means, and a really bad dictator used that at one point, a really bad one. I don't believe that at all. I feel like life is about the means. Like, the whole point of life is about the means. It's not about winning the game with the most money. That's not what life is about. Life is about how you enjoyed making the money and what you did with that money along the way. It's not about how much you made at the end. So this might be a time to kind of look at that, because it's like, even though you ended up with a really great after effect, the way it happened, I feel like that there's a lot there with that. Maybe you don't need a therapist. Maybe you can figure that out on your own. Cool, good for you. I'm just saying you might want to kind of look at that a little closer. All right, I think we're there. Hopefully that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.